Welcome to episode 146 of the Sports Marketing Machine podcast, the podcast that helps sports teams sell more tickets, sell more merchandise, and grow your fan base. My name is Jeremy Neisser. Every year, we hear it and see it in a lot of different places. Marketing predictions get louder, in many cases, less useful. AI this, video that, just create better content. That doesn't really help you, right? None of it really helps you when you're staring at an arena or a ballpark on a Tuesday night and you've got a lot of unsold tickets. So today I'm going to give you my Baker's Dozen, my 13 marketing predictions for 2026, filtered through one question. Does this actually help you sell more tickets, or is it just busy work? Does it actually help you sell more tickets, or is it busy work? This episode is all about control. Control of demand, control of your data, and control of the buying moment. Let's get to it. My 13 marketing predictions for 2026. Marketing prediction number 1. Personalization will be a key differentiator for sports teams in 2026. This is not just selling tickets. This is also for your donors. So if you're in college athletics, what this looks like. This is for sponsors. This is across the board. Any revenue generation for a sports organization, personalization will be a key differentiator in 2026. You see, we've spent a decade talking about segmentation. You've got it inside of your email software. I've got my season ticket holders, single game buyers, or my folks who only want soccer information, my folks who only want basketball information if you're in college athletics, right? My season ticket holders are in this list, single games in this one, right? That's all about segmentation, but I'm not saying segments are dead, but I'm saying how you use them. The propensity is the only thing that truly matters. The most successful teams aren't just looking at who a fan is, a dad in the suburbs. They are looking at what that fan is likely to do in the next 3 months, 6 months, or what have you. So there's one thing about just sharing to families offers about family outings, but it's another to understand what they are interested in over the next 3-6 months to be able to present them with opportunities that they would resonate with and what that might look like and what have you. So the old way is, hey, I'm just going to send a discount to everyone who didn't buy a ticket. The new way here is kind of a data-triggered activation. Let me give you an example. If a player on the basketball team hits a three-pointer in the first quarter, AI could automatically trigger a personalized notification to a fan who have previously bought that player's jersey. Hey, this guy just hit the game winner. Here is XYZ deal for you because you did X, right? Really understanding and tying a lot of your data together. Not only just, hey, you came out to a fireworks game earlier in the year, here's another one. Like, you can do that at the very base level, but I'm saying drill down a little bit more. And what I'm thinking is, in 2026, there will be a rise of unified fan identification, really understanding your fans even more. Ticketing data doesn't really talk to your merchandise data, and merchandise data doesn't talk to your email list, and your personalization is really just a guess. The teams that unify all of their data in one spot and really get a deep understanding of how your fans are engaging with your content that you're putting out there, specifically your emails, how they're buying things, the games they're coming to, revenue that they're spending, tying all of that together, will be able to really personalize marketing to people and will take off like an absolute rocket. So that's my prediction number 1. Prediction number 2, creative is going to be your new media buyer in 2026. So if you're an external relations director, you're running ads for a team, listen closely. If your creative is still making one game day graphic per week and you're doing one layout that looks exactly the same for mobile, for Square on Facebook, for the horizontal style ads and stories, like, you're actually costing the team money. You're going to start to have to think more like a media buyer more than anything else. The algorithm is really designed now, specifically in Meta, that creative is the instruction manual. More creative variations equals more signals, more learning, more chances for Meta to find your fans, which is why now, while you're trying to place an ad on Meta, it says, hey, what do you think about these AI variations that I've created for you? Most teams are going to say, no, thank you. But the smart teams are going to say, they must be doing this for a reason, because we want to give as many variations as humanly possible so that Andromeda, the Meta algorithm here, can go find people that the ads resonate with. So if you're not going to create a whole bunch of different variations, test that out inside of Meta to say, hey, let's try some of these AI variations that they put together. I'm going to try 6 different headlines. I'm going to try a bunch of different copy in my emails. Let's see what happens. More creative variations for Meta specifically means better signals, more learning, and a better chance for Meta to find your fans. That includes videos, carousels, seat views, fan reactions, images of fans. Creative doesn't decorate campaigns anymore. It really decorates them. So, main takeaway here, creative in 2026 is really going to be something that's going to help separate you and help you move more tickets this year. Number 3, signals over pixels. This is such an interesting one when I did all my research. And for all of these things that I put together, I'm going to put a link in the show notes that support and provide you a little bit more clarity and context on how and where I came to this prediction. So you're going to get that, and I'm going to list them out 1 through 12 below. That'll just allow you the opportunity to really dig into it. But 2026, the pixel is really that shadow of its former self. And why? Well, a lot of people are turning off the ability for you to track from a privacy setting. So these privacy changes mean browser data is incomplete, unreliable. The teams that win will be feeding Meta server-side through their CAPI, C-A-P-I. That means you're completely uploading lists, emails, phone numbers, actual seat purchases, real revenue. That's the data that Meta can see. Meta can't see who bought. If they can't, let me say that again. If Meta can't see who actually bought, it can't really optimize. It can't really do anything. So here's the reality. The cleanest fan CRM will outperform the biggest ad budget. So if you just rely on Facebook, Meta to go out there and find all of your customers, the more you give Meta, the more information about, these are my fans that bought these different things. These are my fans that paid this much money for these types of tickets. These are my fireworks buyers. Like, you start putting together segmented lists in the back end with revenue details, and then you're asking Meta to go find people who are just like these people. Like, you are going to kick butt this year, because I really truly feel that because of these privacy settings, the opportunity for you for your targeting gets smaller and smaller and smaller, because Meta just simply can't do the work. But if you're feeding it a lot of information, lists of buyers, the better off you will be. The cleanest fan CRM in here inside of Meta will outperform the biggest ad budget. Number 4 prediction, the save becomes the most valuable intent signal. Let's make interactions real for sports. A save on a schedule post is a fan saying, hey, I want to go, I just need to check my calendar. So 2026, we've looked in the past at 2025 and other years, we've seen likes and comments, and all these are great signals. But in 2026, likes really don't mean much. Views, if it's a longer view time period, 75%, 85% of a video, that is pretty good, but it's not as worthwhile as it used to be. You need to put all those people who view 75% of a lot of your videos into those buckets. 50, 75, 95% video views are still reliable, but if you're just saying, hey, I just want people who engaged in my content, and I'm going to target them, that's not going to be as effective as you think it's going to be, or it has been in the past. Saves, when people save something, that is intent. Fans who save your content are far more likely to buy than people who just like your content there, right? Fans who save it are far more likely to buy than people who just hit the old like button and scroll. We've all done it, so think about yourself. Like, you see something, you hit like, you move on, like you've already forgot about it. But if you save, it kind of moves into a different category in your personal decision-making process. That is your highest value retargeting bucket. There you go. All right, number 5, prediction. Comments and DMs become soft leads for teams. And this is something that I see a lot more because I work with a lot of teams and I see I'm connected to their social media channels because I'm helping them run paid ads. I see that many teams get a tremendous amount of inbound DMs, people asking questions about upcoming games, promotions, or what have you. Not just, hey, is the game still on tonight because it rained today, but way more than that. Hey, what time the game's open? How do you guarantee this giveaway item? How do I buy tickets? Where's the best place to park? Like those types of questions, that's not just engagement. That's buying intent. So in 2026, comments and especially DMs are soft leads, not community management tasks. These are people who are genuinely interested in buying tickets from you. So if you ignore them, you lose sales. You will hurt your ad delivery, and you are training fans to look elsewhere because you don't respond. And we know that businesses that don't answer their phone, or the ones that really aren't the ones that are active and responding to people, are not the ones that fans want to purchase something from. I mean, it's the same thing as you and me. When you call a company and they don't answer the phone, I'm calling the next company. If I'm going into a business and they give me really bad customer service, I'm not going back, right? So same thing for you. When people send you a DM asking you a question, or they post a comment or a question on one of the posts that you have, respond quickly. You don't want to train your fans to look elsewhere for the answers. And in doing, not responding, that's going to hurt your ad delivery and obviously lose sales. So when someone DMs you on Instagram, that is the ultimate personalization moment. So in 2026, you aren't sending them a link to a generic ticket page. You send them a link that says, hey, dear John, excited to see you. Here's a link to be able to purchase for the specific game and the things that you were asking about. So you've got to be on top of responding to fans' questions. This actually happens at the major league level as well. I can't tell you how many times I have sent a DM to a Major League Baseball team on Facebook or Instagram, and they did not respond. And it was specific questions like, hey, what time should I arrive to get a bobblehead? Or, hey, what time do the fireworks normally go off? Or, hey, I saw this package. Can you give me a little bit more information? This wasn't just me trying to buy. I was more curious to see how many of these major league teams respond. You would be shocked how many do not respond. And I'm saying for you, you small market sports team, college program, you have to respond to these folks. All right, prediction number 6, zero-click checkout becomes the conversion standard. Here's a hard truth. Our ticketing softwares are not built equal, and in fact, none of them are built like Amazon. If a fan has to leave Instagram to buy something, or it takes them too many clicks to buy something, like, you have lost that fan. In 2026, we're really moving towards what I believe, and I'm going to predict, is really the zero-click commerce. And I'm making this up right now. Zero-click commerce. They see something, they see a link to buy, they click buy. Can they buy in Instagram? Can they buy in Facebook without having to click over to your ticketing software, click the seats, and buy that way, right? How can you make it faster for fans to be able to buy tickets? And that's something you push your ticketing softwares on. I know it is very hard in some cases, but I feel like that's where ticketing softwares are thinking about right now. How do we make less clicks to buy things and easier for people to buy things on ticketing software, on social media platforms? Because that's where fans are engaging. They're on TikTok, they're on Instagram, they're on Facebook, they're on all these different places. And they're engaging with content. You have to make it easier for people to be able to buy through there. So I'm predicting this year, ticketing softwares are going to start figuring out how to make it easier for fans to buy on social media channels without leaving the social media channel. Number 7, social selling will become a primary ticket channel and a merchandise, like a tremendous place to be able to sell merchandise. Social media is no longer about awareness. We all know attention is the number one game right now, but social media is all about discovery, validation, and checkout. Fans buy inside of the scroll there before they search, before they compare. So if your ticket funnel relies heavily on sending fans to your website and letting them figure it out, other marketplaces are going to intercept that. On the merchandise side, I thoroughly believe this year, that the ability for sports teams to go live on a Friday afternoon to promote some of the new merchandise live on video, QVC style, is truly going to separate the teams, and they're going to see a jump in merchandise sales this year. So how would you do this? Simple way they do this is, hey, you promote it on a Monday, Tuesday. We're going to go live at 5 o'clock this Friday, and we've got all of our new hats. I'm going to share them with you to show what we've got, and then have links in the bio or links for folks to be able to buy them. But I truly feel that QVC style 20 minutes of sharing, hey, these are the new hats, this is the price, this is what I like about it, it's snapback, whatever it is. These are the sweatshirts for the early part of the season. We just got these in. You can buy these. More and more fans are going to be entertained by someone talking about the new merchandise that they got, because logos and hats are super popular. Sweatshirts, jerseys, all of these things for sports teams, it's going to continue to be a spot. So if you're like, gosh, I don't know about going live on social media, like, just do it a few times this season and you will watch your merchandise numbers jump up, because I truly feel like that's where it's going. Amazon has these live shopping. Fanatics, the largest sports merchandise platform on the entire planet, is doing these. In the sports card world, Whatnot is enormous, because people show up, watch a show of someone opening cards, and then they could buy the cards right then and there. I truly feel like this year that merchandise sales for sports teams is such a tremendous opportunity to simply go live and sell merchandise like QVC style. All right. Prediction number 8, marketplaces are continuing to be data thieves. We know this, but it's going to get even worse, and I'll tell you why. So when I say marketplaces, SeatGeek, StubHub, some of those secondary and markets where fans can sell their tickets. What's happening is they have deeper budgets than a lot of our sports teams. So ticket flippers will go buy some of your tickets, pop one over to StubHub and sell them, knowing that StubHub is going to place Google ads to rank high in the search rankings. They're going to outrank the sports teams in many different opportunities. But that's where I fully see that there's going to be more and more of these marketplaces popping up where teams are losing out on fan data information, because people are buying tickets and they're placing them for sale on a bunch of different platforms, and whatever sells, that's where they're selling it, because they know there's a demand for your 4th of July fireworks game, your big game against your opponent on the basketball court, or hockey or football or what have you, right? They are stealing your fan data, and they're stealing your remarketing power. They're stealing the ability for you to be able to build a marvelous relationship with these fans. So what my thought for you is, and this is my prediction, is that this is the year of data reclamation. You are going out there and saying, I'm not allowing these, but I'm going to do my best to limit the amount of folks who are buying tickets and trying to flip them on these platforms because I truly want that data. StubHub's got it, SeatGeek's got it, so you really are going to have to fight tooth and nail to figure out ways to be able to increase pre-sale opportunities and sell tickets faster so that these platforms, StubHub and these other ones, don't have the inventory to be able to sell for your games, and you keep all of that data. All right, number 9 prediction. First click ownership becomes a revenue KPI. Whoever owns the first click controls the trust, narrative, margin, and data. The first click is a resale site like a StubHub or what have you, you're already behind it. In 2026, teams are tracking where the decision starts, not just where it ends. So, and I've shared this analogy before. It's just like those M&Ms at the grocery store aisle. You walk past them, you're going to see them numerous times. Like, is it the first time that you saw them or the last time? Well, who gets attribution? But you really have to understand the full journey here. We talked about checkout speed earlier in an earlier prediction here, but in 2026, like, I really think that understanding the mix of your marketing and how you can control that first click, the first thing someone can see. So if you're promoting a 4th of July fireworks game, you really got to get ahead of it and control that first click. So you have to show up in the spots before StubHub starts to run Google ads, before StubHub starts running Meta ads or what have you. Those are the places that you're going to have to start a little bit earlier to beat them to these spots, because they're going to be marketing and they're going to be trying to steal your fan data and sell these tickets. But if you can beat them to it, do it. All right, prediction number 10. Warm audiences will continue to beat cold audiences every single time. And this is a mind-boggling thing for sports teams. As you look at your data, what's happened over the years is that sports teams have gotten really good at going out and finding new buyers, but absolutely terrible at selling tickets to people who are your past customers. I mean, they do their email blasts, they maybe do some Facebook ads or Meta ads or what have you, and you're doing these things, maybe even text message and what have you, but really the emphasis and the focus of their marketing is all about trying to sell single game tickets to new buyers, right? Well, I'm thinking about this in 2 parts here. Cold traffic will continue to get more and more expensive. Warm traffic keeps converting. So as you think about how you're planning out your marketing, you need to thoroughly think through my warm traffic, cold traffic, and constantly be looking at this from a funnel perspective. How do I get more people to engage with my content, watch my videos, go to my website? How do I get those folks top of the funnel there to engage more and more, right? Because we know the teams that win in 2026 are going to retarget better. They're going to look at things more as a funnel, top of the funnel, cold audience, warm audience is in the middle, and at the bottom, it's your hot audience that comes out and buy things, right? So those teams that win in 2026 are going to retarget better. They're going to be nurturing and having better conversations with their fans. Sure, they might sell fewer tickets, but they're going to make more money. So there's 2 parts of this here. You really need to understand the funnel aspect, and I'll put a link in the show notes to an episode that I did of a client of mine who I worked with on putting together a funnel and how we approached who goes into the top, how we categorize fans in the middle, and how we were targeting them with ads. Like, this is really going to be one where I feel like teams really are going to have to understand I need to build warm audiences more and more throughout the year. Number 11 of our 13 marketing predictions for 2026. Campaigns are going to shift from per game to per persona. So I really want teams to start thinking about it this way. Stop running ads for, hey, this Tuesday night's game, and start running ads for, hey, this is a dad who needs a night out, or, hey, this is our fun family night during the week. The first time family visit here at the arena or ballpark, right? Teams that run in 26 offer-based campaigns rather than, hey, we got a game this Tuesday, are really going to see an uptick in their sales. We feed Meta 3 games that fit into a family 4-pack, and you're going to let Meta, the algorithm, decide which date the fan is most likely going to attend. We should be selling the experience, not all about the game, quote unquote, right? Sure, we can remind fans that we have games all season long, and that's kind of the top of the funnel, but really that middle funnel here, it's all about offer-based campaigns. So we're going to be focused on the personalization side of this a little bit more, and that goes into your ads. Number 12 prediction: marketing becomes digital inside sales. And this one I feel is a big one for sure. Marketing is no longer the top of the funnel with interactions leading to comments and DMs and what have you. It's truly about how do we fill the top of the funnel, how do we get more and more people to the middle, and how do we get it right? So marketing will warm up conversations, and then your sales team is making outreach to these folks and they're closing the deal. So they're going to see ads for a specific 5-game plan. Maybe they got an email about it. Maybe they'll see an ad about it. But when the salespeople call, that Joe fan is going to say, hey, oh, I did see that ad about that. Oh, I did see that you shared. That's where you're going to see marketing directors and ticket departments tying things together and really trying to take things off. So if you are not tying the two things together and just placing ads on social media or other places to promote single game tickets, you really need to be helping the ticket sales department to tie in who are they talking to about trying to sell ticket plans. Can I take that list, put it into social media and run ads to them and see if I can help the ticket sales team sell more ticket plans? Now you're cooking with fire there. Number 13, our Baker's Dozen marketing predictions for 2026. The revenue loop will replace the sales funnel. Sales funnels are linear. Buying is not. So in 2026, the teams that think about like revenue loops, creative that generates signals that feed the algorithm, interactions that trigger conversations, you're going to start seeing sales that come in. And then you're going to take all those sales, all that list of buyers, and then you're going to put it into Meta and other platforms so that you can target people who are just like these. You're going to sell more tickets, right? And so then you're going to have to create more generate more creatives, and then that information's going to feed the algorithm, and those triggers are going to turn into more conversations, potentially more sales, and then you're going to take that list and you keep feeding it back in, and then just keep going. And this cyclical process is going to help train Meta and other platforms of who is buying tickets, how to get them to buy more tickets more often, and really drive home this way of thinking in 2026 of being just on top of things. And I know the sales funnel is super important, and I just talked about having cold audience, warm audience, and what have you, but just think on the other side of this, it is this cyclical process of constantly feeding information back into the platforms where you're selling ads, because these platforms have so many more data points than you would ever imagine about our fans, that you would be able to sell more tickets. So the teams that get that side of things are truly going to win. They're not going to outsmart the algorithm. They're going to provide the algorithm so much information that it's really going to be the smartest tool for sports teams. And I think truly when they feed it more information, the better it's going to be and help you sell more tickets. Woo-wee! 13 marketing predictions, a lot of things to think about for 2026. I know I carried on a few of these. If you've got questions, comments, don't forget you could always reach out to me at Sports Marketing Machine. Shoot me an email. You got some thoughts around some of these topics, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm going to put links in the show notes of all of these different, all 13 of these with supporting context, with some links to support how I got to these predictions. But in closing, in 2026, the teams that win won't have better targeting or bigger budgets. They will control the buying moment. They will control the personalization. They will control the ability to have a lot of different creatives and copy. They will own the data behind it, and they will keep feeding the sales platforms that are helping them sell more tickets. These are the folks that are using Meta to its fullest extent, continuing to feed it sales. Like when you're doing this, you're going to see your sales go up, up, up. I'm not going to say it's going to look like a hockey stick, but it's going to continue to go up because you're rethinking how you're approaching ticket sales and having a lot of fun doing it and hopefully making a lot of money. But that's my predictions for 2026. Until next time, keep working hard, have a blast, and I appreciate you tuning in. Until next time.